Hi, everybody. We're going to be learning about how to use a fidget to help yourself when comprehension is your task. We're going to read a short passage. We're going to use the fidget to see if we can kind of remind ourselves and to keep ourselves focused while we're reading. I'm going to share a short little activity with you about space, which I think you will enjoy. So, really fast, I want to show you the article that talks about how to use a fidget while building focus for helping you to concentrate basically while you're reading. And research shows that physical activity, even a little foot tapping or gum chewing, increases levels of neurotransmitter in the brain that control focus and attention. And learn how to use a subtle fidget like this. This is a simple dimple, as they call it, may block out distractions, fight boredom, and increase productivity, which is what we're going for. And this activity right here talks to us about what is going on in our brain with that type of thing. Research suggests that the body affects the brain as much as the brain affects the body. And in his recent book, Spark, John Ratley, MD, shows that physical activity, even something as small as fidgeting the hand, increases levels of neurotransmitter dopamine and norepinephrine in the way ADHD medications do as well. ADHD medications are designed to stimulate and focus the brain, and they play a key role in sharpening focus and increasing attention. They studied some children with ADHD, and they discovered that um, you tune out when task gets boring. And an activity that uses a sense other than that required for the primary task, listening to music while reading a social studies textbook, can actually enhance performance with those who are having attentional problems. Doing two things at once focuses the brain on the primary task. Zental calls these sensory motor activities distractions. We call them fidgets, mindless activities you do while working on a primary task. While I'm sitting here reading this to you, I'm mindlessly playing with my dimple, pushing in the pieces back and forth just while I'm keeping my hands busy, just talking and doing the activity with you. Sometimes I'm the type of person that taps my leg. I also tap my fingers. I play with things. I play with my pen in my hand. I draw. I doodle. Any of those types of things help you to stay in control while you're reading, which allows you to use those fidget to keep yourself on task. Fidgeting is intentional, pacing, doodling while on the phone, or chewing gum. Multitasking as well. And it works for many children and adults as well. And being deliberate is a big one. Fidgeting must be deliberate to be effective. Intentional fidgets allow you to regulate in a controlled, constructive fashion. And an effective fidget doesn't distract you from your primary task, something that you don't have to think about. So I'm sitting here talking to you and I'm playing with my dimple in and out just in a rhythmic way. And I'm tapping my foot in a rhythmic way as I'm talking to you. What research says is that while I'm doing this, I'm more focused on the task than if I was just sitting here talking to you. And I fidget normally just by moving my leg around or by playing with things on my table or having something in my hand. It keeps my hands busy and allows my brain to focus on what you're talking about or what you're reading. So it allows me to make a more clear mind movie when I do those things. So that's all I'm suggesting for you. And it doesn't just work for those that have ADHD. It works for anyone who has something that they have to read that they don't want to, or something that keeps them, they're not really interested in doing it, or something that's difficult. It gives them the chance to keep doing it, even while they're focusing their brain. So I'm going to use my fidget in and out. Going to think to myself in and out pattern one, two, three, four. Using my fidget as I'm reading. So I'm going to keep using my fidget while I read to you a book about space. Okay, so let's read our book about space while we play with our simple dimple. And then after class, I'll show you how to make your own fidget. Called The Solar System for Kids by Tinker Toddlers. Two levels in here, which I hope you will enjoy. Keep playing with your fidget while we read. Here we go. Look up at the night sky. What do you see? I see an airplane. I see a moon. I see a satellite. I see a rocket. I see an Andromeda galaxy. I see the Milky Way galaxy. And I see a shooting star. So now, make your mind movie. Think about what we just read about. Think about what we just saw. Think about what happened in that sky. When I bring it back, you should be able to think about the things that you saw. One of the cool things about mind movies is we get to make our own. So think about when you go outside, you look up in the night sky. What do you see? Well, from Earth, if you don't have a telescope, there's some things you can still see that you can also see even more when you do have a telescope. So think about what you can see with a telescope and what you can see without. So without a telescope, I can see the moon. I can see the stars. I can see the inky sky, like a black or blue color. The moon is a small little circle sometimes. Sometimes it's a big orange circle. Sometimes I see stars that are in the sky. I can see the light clouds as they move across. If we're lucky, we can see satellites. We can see all of those lovely things that are up there. We can see all the beautiful things about our outer space. In fact, I think I'm going to put a background up on my background here so that you can see um, and visualize what's happening in space from the back of your house. Okay, now I've got my background up. Behind me, you can see all of these stars. You can see different constellations if you want to play. You can also see all the different shapes and things you can make with your imagination. This is how we make a mind movie, my friend. You use your imagination. Thinking about things you can see when you look outside and the stars, you see the stars above you, you can make a mind movie about that. I was to go into the back of my mind here and look behind me at my little screen, I could make some constellations. I might be able to make myself some pictures in the sky. That's a mind movie. That's what we're talking about while we're reading. So if you think about it and you think about the words that you just saw in the story, satellite, moon, stars, planets, what else you said you saw while you were outside looking at the sky, that's a mind movie. Connecting them together, that's comprehension. Okay? I'm going to leave my background up as we keep going. Now, we missed the Andromeda galaxy. We missed the Milky Way galaxy. We missed the shooting star. We missed the airplane and the rocket. And I said that there were some things there that weren't even on the picture. That's okay. What you see may be completely different from someone else. When we go back and read it again, we can connect the dots together. And we can say, oh, there's an airplane. Oh, there's the moon, satellite, rocket, Andromeda galaxy, Milky Way galaxy, and shooting star. And anything else that you see in the night sky, that is your mind movie. Do you see the moon? There it is. We went there. We did. Do you see shooting stars? These are called meteorites, small rocks, metal, or ice on fire. So if you know anything about the moon landing, then this would be your mind movie of the moon landing. My mind movie includes the astronaut getting out and walking on the moon. And a phrase that was said, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, is the phrase that comes back to my movie, my mind movie, when I see the moon picture. Or I think about when I was a little person, I heard about the moon was made of Swiss cheese or moldy cheese or it's green. Or I also think about the story that I read one time about some men who went to the moon in a giant glass capsule. So there's my mind movie of the moon. Shooting stars, I think of the song Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Meteorites, I know what they are. They are the actual shooting stars. And I've always been taught Wish Upon a Star when I was a little kid too. So I put all that together to make my mind movie to understand what the word moon means. Even if I don't know what the moon is, the picture allows me to make a mind movie. And Shooting stars, those are meteorites. And there's the explanation of what a meteorite is. There are lots of stars. These are constellations, as we talked about just a moment. You can make some in my picture behind me. You can make some in this picture too. You have Orion with the 3 belt, stars in a belt. You've got Libra, which is the scale. And you've got the Little Dipper, which is also part of Ursa Minor. And then you've got the Big Dipper, which is part of Ursa Major. We connect the stars to make imaginary shapes and name them. They're called constellations. And those are our mind movie of the sky. We see visible stars as part of the Milky Way galaxy. And there's the galaxy over there. Scorpio, and of course Aries. And Scorpio is Scorpion, and Aries is one of the constellations as well. This is the Milky Way galaxy. We are inside this galaxy. And this is our solar system. We live here. This is the Milky Way galaxy. And inside of it is our solar system. And here is Earth. As you go around, we learn about the solar system. Solar means sun. The sun is the center of our solar system. Take a look at it a little bit close up and personal. During the day, we see the sun. There's the sun. Big ball of fire. If you know what the sun is, then you can make a mind movie of a sunny day or something that you would do while you're outside in the sun. It gives light and warmth to the solar system. So we know that the sun hits every single one of our planets, from Mercury out through Neptune, and even in the deep recesses of space, we have Pluto. The sun goes to every one of them at some point in time, and they all circle the sun. We call that the center of our solar system. The sun is the center of our solar system. We've got Jupiter, we've got Saturn, we've got Uranus, we've got Neptune. These are the outer planets, and these are the inner planets. Then we've got this stuff right here. This is called the asteroid belt. These are all broken pieces of an asteroid or a space rock. We have 8 planets that go around the sun, and we can count them by starting at Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. 8 planets. A planet is a circle. It goes around the sun. It has its own gravitational pull, and it is considered to be part of our solar system. This is Mercury. It's the closest to the sun. Now, if we don't know what the word closest means, we can look at where it is in location. It looks like it's pretty near the sun. So we know that closest means that it's the nearest or it can touch the sun, but not really. But we know that closest means that it's next to the sun. The planet goes around the fastest around the sun. So this has the shortest revolution or going around the sun. This is Venus. We call it the evening star, and it can be seen at night. It's the hottest and the brightest planet. And we know Venus because it is the planet that is the closest to Earth, and we know that it rotates backwards. Mercury and Venus. We are on Earth right now. Earth has one moon and oceans. Beautiful. If I don't know the word beautiful, I can think about how pretty those oceans are on my moon of my Earth. And I said about the moon, there are tranquil seas, but not real water on the moon. But on Earth, we have one moon and beautiful ocean. I don't know what beautiful means. I can think about what the ocean looked like. Make a mind movie of all those swirling ocean. And if I've gone to the beach, I can think about oceans and think about all those types of things. That's my mind movie. That's my mind movie. We share our planet with many creatures and plants. Planet, this is our planet. These are the creatures that we share the Earth with. If I don't know what a creature is, I can look at the picture and I can see that they are animals and they are plants. Mars is red. It has lots of iron. We plan to journey there at some point in time. Mars has giant volcanoes The asteroid belt is between Mars and Jupiter. Asteroids are large rocks that orbit around the sun. We plan to journey there. If I look at the picture, it looks like he's flying there. Journey means to make a trip. So we're planning on going to Mars. And right there's Curiosity, the rover. If I don't know what a rover is, I can look and see that it's a robot that is on Mars. Jupiter is huge. It's the largest planet that goes around the sun. Huge, large, big, massive. If I see how big Jupiter is, I can see that it's pretty big compared with Earth. Huge is another word for big. If I don't know what huge means, I can look at the size of Jupiter, make a mind movie with how much larger it is than Earth. See how that works? It has a raging storm that's bigger than Earth. The word bigger means that its size is a word to describe size. Jupiter is bigger than Earth, meaning that Jupiter is much larger or is much more big than Earth is. Jupiter has 79 moons. That's more than any other planet in our solar system. That's a lot of moons. Saturn has beautiful rings. Its rings are made of ice and rock. And Saturn, if I don't know what beautiful means, I can look at the planet Saturn and I can see it means pretty. And I see that the rocks are made up of ice and rock. So Saturn is a beautiful, icy, rocky place. Uranus or Uranus is a pretty pale blue color, and it's tipped with thin rings. It's on its side. It goes around on its side. And Uranus or Uranus, as we call it, is pretty blue, pale. Pale means a light color. So if we look at the picture, we can see that it's not quite a bright, shiny blue. It's a pale or a lighter color. Pale means lighter. My mind for pale is when somebody's not feeling well, they might become pale. Their skin looks different. It's pale, or it's not the type of thing that would be super, super bright or brilliant. It's the opposite of that. Neptune is the last planet from the sun. It's very cold and dark there. It is the coldest planet of all on average. And average means that it's normal. Neptune is the last planet from the sun. I think about Neptune and I see that it's very cold. It's an ice giant or a big blue ball. We're not the only galaxy out there. A galaxy is the swirling mass of stars and other things in space. We have Milky Way galaxy where we can be found. When I think of Milky Way, I think of the candy bar. But the Milky Way galaxy isn't a swirling mass. It's basically a spiral. We have Andromeda, which is conceived with the naked eye. The word naked means that we don't need a telescope or it's unaided. Galaxies come in many shapes, different shapes. This is called the Magellanic Galaxy, and it's a cloud. And it can also be seen with the unaided or the naked eye. And if you look, you can see all those beautiful stars and all those different colors. The Magellanic, say that out loud, Magellanic, is named after Magellan, who was the guy who first made maps. Galaxy, galaxy, galaxy. All the solar systems, galaxies, and everything in them are part of the universe. So the universe is everything you can think of. Here's the cool part. Our universe is getting bigger. Much bigger. We found so much cool stuff and we keep finding more. So where do you want to go? We are all part of the universe. Me, you, everyone else is all part of the universe. If we live on Earth, part of Earth. If Earth is part of the solar system part of the galaxy part of the universe. Isn't that cool? So much big, so big and so vast. Vast is another word for big. The end. And now you're ready to explore the solar system. And this is cool. Industry experts, scientists, engineers, parents, and kids contribute much of their time to ensure Tinker Toddlers is successful for supporting early STEM learning. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and they missed art in there. Go to order history at place of purchase, locate product, click on write a product review, tell us what your favorite part was. That's the whole point of Mind Movies, is to be able to go back and write your favorite scene. Which one do you like best? And that is the end of our Tinker Toddlers. So mind movies are those types of things that we make when we read a book and then we go back and we picture the story together to put it together to answer questions. That's the cool part. We are able to make our own mind movie using our own imagination as we read a story to make it make sense. Now, if you've been playing with your fidget like I have, then hopefully you're able to use it to concentrate and to focus a little bit more as you were reading because it gives your hand something to do, which helps you to be able to focus your body. We call it kinesthetic learning. If you like that part, you can also try other thing part of kinesthetic learning, which allows you to draw or doodle as you're reading the story to put everything back together. So now my challenge for you, my friend, is to go back and pick your favorite scene from the book, from your mind, and draw a picture. Okay? So thanks for hanging out with me as we learn about the solar system and to use our simple dimple for the purpose of comprehension. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye.